life don't get no better than that. Hey there, how are you doing today? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, what are we looking at today? We're looking at $116.6 billion market cap. I mean, we're getting up there near the all-time highs, and this is absolutely fantastic. I mean, we're seeing brand new days like we've never seen before in cryptocurrency. I mean, we got a Bitcoin price of $3,330. That's up 4.2%. I mean, we got 3.4 billion traded in the last 24 hours, which has been our standard as of the last few days and across the weekend. And we got BTC dominance of 47.1%. We got Bitcoin with segregated witness here locking on. What's today? The 7th. We're looking at it coming down here tomorrow on the 8th. I mean, we got, transaction fees will be coming down. We have all kinds of technology that's going to be coming to Bitcoin. And I mean, this BTC price has nowhere else to go but up, right? So let's run through the market here real quick. What are we looking at? We got Ethereum coming in at $268. That's up another 4% too. That's getting back up there. And that's great. Everything that's been going on with Ethereum, the price had been up to around $400, came back down. They were struggling for a while, and here we go climbing again. We got Ripple coming in at 17.9 cents. That's down 2.3%. That's not the greatest, but I mean, that's really not down all that much considering what cryptocurrency volatility usually is. We got BCH making some gains today, though. So Bitcoin Cash is up 25.9%, coming in at $262. They had gotten down to around, 190, I think it was, and then they started finding support. Blocks have been coming in a lot faster on the Bitcoin Cash network. So, I mean, I think we've been seeing 3 to 4 blocks an hour now, which is allowing everyone to get their Bitcoin Cash separated from their Bitcoin and get it into an exchange. And I mean, even if you were doing Bittrex and you were looking for your 20 confirmations, you probably have it by now. So, I mean, we're starting to see some support for it now that the big blockers and people that are interested in Bitcoin Cash are out there actually able to support it. And it's not just the first few movers who were out there quickly trying to dump it while we were at the peaks. We got Litecoin, 45.95, right there in the standard range of where Litecoin's been. Anywhere between 45 and 50 is where it's been liking to hang out. I'm still looking for the support to get it up over the $50 mark and, propel it towards, the $100 considering we only got another, few months left in the year here. Let's see what else we got. We got NEM. Hey, there we go. We got some gains, 16.6 coming in at 26.4 cents. That's great. I love to see NEM make some moves. You know that. And we got Ethereum Classic at $15.44. That's no big gains for them. We got Dash coming in at $194. That's up 1.6%, so nothing special. And Monero up 1%, which is pretty much sideways movements at 48.22. Monero closing in around the $20 or the $50 mark. Hopefully, we'll see it up near 75. The people out there that are moving their WannaCry money, ransomware or whatever around their, they're trying to get it into Monero because of the privacy factor. So, hopefully this will bring a little more attention to Monero and, how the privacy on it is better and how it's also suited better for some scalability, when people can get on the network. So, I mean, maybe we'll see the Monero price get up there to $75 by the end of the year. I'd like to see that happen. I mean, I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. There's some good technicals behind it, and hopefully we'll get some media sensation behind Monero with what's happening with the WannaCry ransom. Let's see what else we got. We got Zcash coming in at $208, sideways movement there. We got Steam coming in at $1.36, which is pretty much still some sideways movement. And then we got Steam-backed dollar coming in at 92 cents, which is down 3.2%. That's kind of giving me the inkling that Bitcoin still has a little ways to go, that we could definitely be pushing up there over $4,000 or around the $4,000 mark here by the end of the month would be absolutely amazing. A lot of people were saying 5K. I still got my fingers crossed for 5K, but I mean, realistically, you got to hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and I'm hoping that 4K would be somewhere in the middle of that kind of a plan. So what are we looking at here for news on BNC? Well, we got that an Australian trader. He was mixed up with the BTCE exchange. He had, $430,000 on there, and the U.S. government seized all of the funds from the exchange when they went ahead and arrested the guy in Greece and locked down the exchange. And he's saying that he's not getting his money back, and he wants his money back, and that there's no reason for him not to be getting it back. That he's been on the exchange for years, that he's a law-abiding citizen out of Australia, and that he moves around that kind of money because he just tries to time the market right, and that 2% of Bitcoin increase on $100 to $200,000 is quite a bit. And he considers it a part-time party kind of job. And this is part of the reason why we're always talking about how, you can't leave your money on an exchange. You have to have your private keys, either a paper wallet, hardware wallet. There's debates on all of these kinds of things. But something where it's not an exchange, something where there's not some third party controlling your cryptocurrency. Because if they're controlling your cryptocurrency, who knows what's going to happen. Like this example, the government or any other entity could step in, seize up their computers and everything, and then you're just, you're down the tubes, you're out of luck. It's, what are you going to do about it? You're going to, get lawyers and protest and everything else like that. But I mean, in the end, if you just had your keys in the first place, you wouldn't be involved with this. There's decentralized exchanges getting built out there and coming online and everything. So, I mean, hopefully these situations will, pass over eventually. But I mean, right now in these times, you have to be careful about what exchange you're using, what you're doing with your cryptocurrency, and what you're doing to keep it safe. Because anytime that it's out of your hands, cryptocurrency transactions are one way. You can't make it come back. So I mean, if you send it out there, you're always taking a risk, no matter how you're going about doing it. The next up I got is what's going on with the Bitcoin Cash. It's seeing support, and I mean, that's fine. Hopefully it'll avoid block split for us here in November, as the big blockers are wanting to go ahead and split, the Bitcoin that we have right now with segregated witness coming on, that they're going to want to go ahead and hard fork it again and get a 2 megabyte block. Hopefully we'll be able to, push them over towards Bitcoin Cash and say, here's your big block, please kind of leave our Bitcoin alone, so that we can continue developing our segregated witness and the second tier chains and see what we can get out of that. But only time tells with these kinds of things. But I mean, their mining has dropped down to 17% of what Bitcoin is, starting to give them some support for profitability for mining. Their blocks are starting to come out more and more regular, like I said. So, I mean, as an altcoin, this is definitely getting out there in the market. This is going to have its pumps and dumps just like everything else. If you're like me and you're like really into Bitcoin and you love it and you got faith in it and you're putting your hopes and dreams for the future in it, you don't have to do anything special. This is just like, I mean, there's 1,000 altcoins out there. This is just another one of them. And I mean, there's 5 or 6 other ones with Bitcoin in the title. I mean, they pretty much, they split off of Bitcoin and gave everybody a little bit, which really helps in the market. I mean, when you give a little bit of this coin to everybody, of course, it's going to be trading around. It's going to have value. It's going to retain some of it for a while, as there's, things happening and people are behind it for the fact of it already had contention on what we were doing. It allows other people to have an avenue to explore the resources of technology that they were looking for with the big blocks. So I mean, you have to let everybody do what they're going to do in life. You can't hold people back. So I mean, let them have their altcoin. Let's hope them and wish them the best with it. It finding support today at 262. I mean, it's never going to see the prices that we see with Bitcoin at $3,330. But I mean, it is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be. The next up is how I got Coinbase, GDAX's exchange. They're pretty much coming out saying that they're going to get everybody their coins by 2018. A lot of people know this already, but this has been the news today that they're talking more about this, saying that they're going to be getting the coin onto the exchange by shortly after 2018 and make it tradable. They're working real hard towards this. They were saying that they were looking for support, and they're saying as long as there's no problem on the network that they're going to go about doing this. And there was supposedly the lawsuit at hand, which didn't really have much validity behind it. Wanting somebody and thinking that's an exchange to do something doesn't necessarily mean that they have to. Like we've said before, exchanges can do pretty much whatever they want. We have Poloniex out there putting out their new set of rules saying that they can pretty much do whatever they want as soon as they drop a new memo out telling you what the rules are. So, I mean, and then they're saying that for this, that their backup is that they put out enough newsletters giving you a period of time to be able to withdraw your Bitcoin out so that you could go ahead and do your own splitting, because they were going to be not taking part in the situation due to the fact that they were fear of security risk. And that would stand up in a court of law probably. No judge is going to look at a company that's a multi-billion-dollar business and say, yes, you have to put yourself at risk, just to help appease the network because some few people somewhere else across the world decide to split off and make some coin. I mean, what if it did have bad code? You're not going to open up your multi-billion-dollar business to this kind of thing. So, as always, exchanges are going to do what they want to do. You got to be real careful with them. The best thing you can do in cryptocurrency is always just buy Bitcoin and hold. The price of Bitcoin is always going to be going up as we move into the future. This is a deflationary currency. It's going to be the money of the future. And as time goes on, hopefully, some of this technologies from these altcoins that everybody is so ecstatic about is going to be coming onto the Bitcoin now that we have segregated witness. And everything's just, it's going to go upwards and onwards. I mean, the future of cryptocurrency is beyond exciting. And, you guys are already into this. You guys already know it. So, we're just sitting here holding on, waiting to go to the moon, right? So if you like everything that's going on here on Bitcoin and Coffee, I need you guys to hit that subscribe button if you already haven't. But I'm sure you have, because these numbers, they're huge. So everything's going great around here, and I love it, and I love you guys for everything you're doing. You guys have been supporting me as much as you possibly can, and that's great. I have donational addresses down there, so thank you everybody who sent me anything. I have Genesis mining codes to help, give me a little kickback as you're, upgrading your account or purchasing powers or whatever, and you get a 3% discount. I'm over on Steemit and posting my YouTube videos there along with my links and everything, as a way to help, raise some money and support the Steemit platform as a way to, get content creators on there posting their content, creating funds which they're not receiving through Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and all these other social media platforms, which is absolutely great. So if you're not on, Steemit, you should get over there. You should sign up. You should start help supporting these things, supporting cryptocurrency, and upvote my post. It's a great way to help me out. I made $41 a few days ago on one of my posts, and that's fantastic. A few days I only make a couple cents, and that's all right. It adds up. It's like a faucet. I'm never disappointed about getting free cryptocurrency, but on those days when you get the $40, $50, $20 and stuff like that on my video, it makes me happy. It really feels like I've, done a great job out here for you guys. So, and as always, there's affiliation codes and links down below to help you guys navigate these cryptocurrency markets, check on the networks, figure out what scams are out there and what's going on, help you, get a hard wallet if you're looking around for one through HW Wallet and Amazon, stuff like that. And as always, email address, eugeneforrest20@gmail.com. Absolutely free. Best thing I got out there to help you. So shoot me an email if you want. I'll try to get back to you within 24 hours with the best answer I can get. If I ain't got an answer, I'll hook you up with somebody else or, do what I can do to get you an answer. And as always, people, keep your Bitcoin safe.